you don't bring change by disobeying the laws, but you bring change from the top by changing the laws.
Now,
if you
guess what,
disobey
brother?
the law,
Brother,
I don't believe.
Can I ask him one quick question?
I don't believe.
Can I ask him one quick question?
Sure.
What shall I call you, please? My name is Ty.
I'm Ellie.
Ellie, isn't it kind of funny that it's the same 10% who managed to go to Oxford, locking up the 90% who did not get in to Oxford? Isn't it like a little bit of a coincidence over there?
Well, it's not. See, that's why I said. You asked
so
me,
you see that the education really...
Yeah, see, you asked me what I believe, and I said it's a combination of both. It's a question of chicken and egg, and to be honest, with coloured people, I think it's quite clear which one is the chicken, so to speak, where it started.
Content over everything!
Will not know what's going on. Any of you have children here? When you go into your child's bedroom and you're there like just loving him and like, he doesn't know that I'm standing over him. He doesn't know I'm standing over him right now, looking at him. This young, little, tiny thing. The same way our Creator does with us. When we fall asleep, this big brother here, when he falls, the Creator's looking down on him like, well, in the afternoon you were so... There you are sleeping at my feet. It's to remind him. Like our book says, how does it say again, spend your youth. Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Remember him.
Which book is that? Which book is that?
It's just called Scripture. They call it the Bible today. Yeah. I appreciate it. You can leave the bag.
So you haven't got a special book?
They call it the Bible.
You use the Bible as
Yeah. The reason why I didn't want to repeat those words is because we need to start coming away from these bite-sized words. They've made us only to keep repeating. It doesn't set you free.
Which Bible?
What do you mean, which Bible?
Because there are many different Bibles.
Of course.
Many different versions.
Look, all the books on the earth.
They don't all say the same.
I know. Neither does every man say the same thing.
But I would choose who I listen to and who I don't listen to.
You can choose a book too.
The same way you can do with a book.
I choose a book.
The same way you can do with a book, you can do with a man. This guy's a man, this guy's a man. It doesn't matter.
They have the book called the Queen James Version.
A man is...
Queen James Version.
Yeah, you can choose. You can choose not.
Now, why is the Bible? Why is the Bible that they call the Bible in religion? Why is it the most important book? Why is it the most important book in history? Huh? Sorry, bro.
People would argue that it's not the most important.
Which people do that?
People of other religions.
I'm waiting for them. If you know some of them.
You can't stand up here and wait for them to come.
But why they use it
There
when?
are billions of them.
Why they use it when you are court? When you're in court? Why they say swear on the Bible when you're in court?
If you go to a different kind of court, they wouldn't put a Bible in.
Anyway, let's
Put a Bible in front.
say again.
He's saying when you go to court, they put a Bible in front of you. Not all courts accept a Bible as something to swear on.
All right. We don't want to. I don't want to go into pedantics on those things, but it's an important
But I
issue.
need to know what you're talking about.
Fair enough, and we want to explain that. We want to explain. What we don't want to do is go into things that will draw us off and be unproductive. Because we won't be able to deal with every issue regarding everything. So we got to go because one, we're running out of time on the earth. Family, anyone listening, trust me, we're running out of humans. Yes, we're running. In fact, we're not running out of time. We've run out of time on the earth.
I'm going to make the most of it.
Make the most of it now, Uncle. What's left? Yeah. Honestly, we've run out of time on the earth. I don't know if you've noticed, but Europe is like the only place where there's no what you call it, everyday confrontation anymore. Like people really shooting people down. And even when I say that, you only need to step into France and see that Brother Tai just lied. There's warfare going on in France. It's going to come here soon. It's come here already. They just, like what they do before a football game. They're warming up, changing shirts, stretching, shaking each other's hand. Oh, you Didier Drogba, aren't you? Yeah, I saw you the other game. Oh, you're Messi, aren't you? Yeah, what a mess, isn't it? You're Ronaldo. They're just shaking hands. The game's going to start. The whistle's going to blow. The only thing that we're going to be able to do with each other is what we do best. It's the same thing they've been doing everywhere else. We are busy watching on TV. They've put them into video games for children so the children too can get ready. It's the thing young adults enjoy the most when they got nothing else to do. It's the #1 bestseller online and in stores. They're called violent video games. Everybody's practicing how to kill somebody else. Am I a liar? No, come on. Am I lying here? Everything is about violence and destruction right now. That's what sells.
Someone said not everything, and I'd have to agree on side. It's not all about violence. It's about violence and sex.
See, a lot of people think violence is when I come and punch this brother, push him. That's not what the word violence means. Violence don't have to be physical. Violence is injustice, unrighteousness. Whenever you take away somebody's right or somebody's right to be, that's violation, violence. The guys who practice real violence, they don't go to war. The real violent ones don't go to war. Am I lying? They don't go there. They don't actually go there. The real violent ones who abuse our children, who make sure that the children don't listen to the parents, that's violence in the house. Try and tell your 5-year-old boy not to do something. He gonna tell you, say, teacher said it's all right. Well, who's the father? Who's the parent? That's violence. He's violating your space. I went to my cousin's house a couple of years ago. A small little boy, he was like 3-4 years old. He started kicking me up the butt. And I said, don't do that, that's wrong. He said, no. I said, look, I'm not your dad. If you do that again, I must smack you. He said, no, you can't do that. I'll call the police. I said, what for? Child abuse. I said, have you heard about adult abuse? You're abusing me. Where do I get my rights? It's all right for you to kick me, but me to not do nothing. That's where we're going. They're teaching him, inculcating in his mind. By the time he's 14 and he's that big, how's he going to listen to sense now? When he already knows that if you touch him, you go in. But what they couldn't do in Asia, the Middle East...
Sorry, but that is not completely right.
What's that, bro?
They're also teaching him not to be violent.
Where?
In school.
Which school?
Any school.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but look at the statistics on the face of the earth, especially in the Western world. You can't teach something and see a different result.
You can't.
You tell me where. Tell me if that works in your business. You teach a man to be an accountant, but you're losing money every day. You telling me he's learned? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I'm not saying there's no places that they're teaching children to be righteous. I'm not saying that. I'm saying...
It's because naturally people want to be violent. Violence is not the correct word, but naturally they would have animalistic tendencies.
What do you mean animalistic? You don't blame animals for your behavior.
I said...
You say what?
You said naturally animalistic.
What is naturally animalistic?
Explain.
That's a contradictory dichotomy.
If you
Yeah.
let a child raise itself, you wouldn't teach a child, even if you raise it, you give it food and everything, but if you don't teach a child how to behave, how to be good, they wouldn't naturally be good. They would grow up, they would not be good. Because a person just thinks of themselves. That's what a baby thinks. So you have to go against their natural instinct, which is to be egotistical, and you teach a child to think of others as well. And that takes time. So it's not that the school is teaching a child, don't listen to your father, kick your uncle, and if they do something, you call the police. The school is teaching the child, don't kick anyone else, because if a child kicks someone else in school, they're pulled up for it, they're punished for it. Maybe you can say namby-pamby, nowadays maybe the punishments aren't what they should be, even though it's a different subject, but they're certainly called on it. The school won't allow one child to kick another child. They will be called up on it. But what you're saying is...
You know what the school does, yeah? The school doesn't teach. The school regulates and controls. I'm going to put that to you. The school don't teach. I know this is going to be going against a whole lot of people's sensitivities.
Can we define the difference?
Absolutely. I don't think we'll be able to do it justice because we're going to have to bring in so many parameters, which you and I will disagree about to start off. I can't forget. Well, that if you listen to me, you will see that I'm talking from my cultural experience, my cultural spirituality, how a child should be raised. You're talking about a school. I'm talking about parents.
First parents.
Yeah,
First
the
teacher.
first teaching starts with the parent, not the school. Yeah. So you lost me already. You've gone to school. I don't want my children to go to school.
But you would.
I had sex. My wife got pregnant. Then we give the child to somebody else to teach. Hold on. What's wrong here?
Because we're not qualified in the
That's a lie. Lie number one.
in the government's eyes.
Oh, there we go now. Now somebody is speaking.
It's not like qualifications, it's practicalities.
For
You want to go to work, maybe your wife...
who said I want to go to work? Who told you that? See, that's why I said we will start off with the wrong values. The wrong values, assumptions will lead to destruction.
No, I assume you want to live in a
Don't assume for me, ask me what I want.
Well, if you don't want to live in a respectable
Don't tell me what I don't want. Ask me what I want, brother. Come
In a
on.
respectable fashion.
What? See,
Respectful fashion means that
there's
you
nothing
earn
called
your
respectful.
living.
No,
You
no,
want
no.
to earn your living.
I don't know what respectful means.
Do you want to earn your living?
Listen to me, brother.
Well, there are three options in living. Either you earn it, you get it handed
Come
to you,
over
or you
here.
steal
Let people see the. Let
There's
people
only
see.
three ways.
I can't deal with that. Man said there's
Move this thing.
It's
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
There are only
Yeah, yeah.
three ways of getting your food. You earn it. Earn it means either you work or you grow it yourself, but you earn it, you get it free, or you steal it.
Right.
Only one of these is respectable. Only one of these is righteous.
Right.
The other two are not.
Right.
So if you want to teach your child to be righteous, that means you will have to work for your money, which means you will not be at home all day to teach him other stuff. So practically speaking, you want to send your child to school.
You're still
where someone
talking.
else-
You're still talking cultural values here.
Yes.
You're not thinking of my background. I have a farm in my country where everything's self-contained on my farm.
You're not there. You're here.
You're assuming that I'm not there.
You're not assuming I can see you here. I'm not
I know
assuming
you can
anything.
see me here, but you know the context we're talking. We're talking, brother.
We're talking this
We're gonna have to
country.
shut down this thing
No,
here.
are we talking in this country or we're talking in a different country?
No, you talking like you want me to only see your values.
No, we can see your values, but what
No, you're not asking me about my values.
What are
You're
your
telling me
values?
about your ones.
are your values?
You're telling me about your ones.
Do you disagree with what I said?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sure, what do you
Yeah.
disagree with?
I just said it. I had sex. My wife got pregnant. Then I give the child to another man and another woman to be the teacher. When I'm the one who's learned all my life about what I want to give to the child who came out of me. Now, I'm not saying there's no external education or learning or teaching that my child can benefit from others. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying first and foremost, responsibility to raise up that child starts with me.
Yes, it does.
Yeah? And if all things being unequal, there's no other option. I'd rather he still learns everything from me because I'm capable. Now, my child doesn't need a medical degree to live. It doesn't need to be a qualified doctor to live. It doesn't need to be all of those things we can keep on naming. There are options and there are cultural constraints put on us by hold on, by default of where we are. Because you and I know that you couldn't go to the Congo right now and find this civilized, educated group of people having this kind of conversation under this kind of, camera and everything's set up here. Everybody here knows almost everything I'm going to talk about. But the people in Congo will be like, huh? 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 I would say, well, my Congolese brother or sister, go and check on YouTube to see what I'm saying is right. He would say, what is YouTube? I'll say, go to internet and see what I'm saying. What is internet? I'll say, go to the library and dig up a few books. Books? Now their way of surviving and teaching their children can't be the same like you and I, who have all those things.
Yeah.
Our aim in this country is not to educate our children, it's to train them for a job. We don't educate children in this country.
But hang on.
Yeah, go on.
First of all, I'm not sure why we're discussing the Congo because we're not living there.
We're not discussing the Congo.
Yeah,
We're discussing cultural context.
Great, but
Yeah.
let's talk in this country. Now, there are two points that you made. First of all, it's your responsibility to teach a child. That is absolutely correct. I don't disagree.
Okay.
Parents have responsibility. They should be responsible, feel responsible, and want to teach a child.
Mm-hmm.
But practically speaking, can you be at home all day to teach your child?
I've got a friend in this country. We met at a church. He only has one wife. I know some people say, what you saying, Brother Ty? He only has one wife. What you saying, Brother Ty? He only has one wife. And he goes to work. And she stays home and raises 3 or 4 children, called homeschooling. It's doable. It's doable. It's doable.
It is.
Now they're trying to outlaw that. They're trying to outlaw that thing. They're making it hard for people in several countries. They're making it hard for them. Why does the government never had sex for me? Yeah, I know I'm saying sex, because I want you to wake up. The government never came into my house to have sex for me. They never told me, they never told us, right? You have permission now to mate with your wife, to have a child. They had no hand in it. They had no hand in it. But suddenly when I deliver the baby, they're like, oh yeah, we'll tell you how to raise it. Come over here. It's not yours now. Now that's the thing we're talking about. Now I'm not saying absolutely everything involved in it is wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the first point of contact for raising a child in natural education especially should be from the parents, because we are seeing the breakdown in human values right now, because like you said, people are going to work. That's all we seem to be doing right now, just going to work. Mom went to work, dad went to work. The children come home, there's no human contact. There's no human correction. No human real empathy, love, discipline, nothing. It's just a child being like some robot zombie or whatever. Just going to work, back to school, back here, the same thing all day long. There's no real interaction with humanity. You going? Come on, brother, don't.
But that's not entirely correct. You're mischaracterizing every child who goes to work, which is just not true.
Tell me one thing before you start. Tell me one thing before you start. Visibly, you look like somebody who has a distinct culture. Yeah? Even within the culture we're living in here.
Yes.
I don't look so much of it. In fact, I do, because I got a baseball cap and a t-shirt. I look like a mover and shaker, innit? But what we're trying to say is, I think you're talking from a cultural perspective, yeah? And I know everybody can say the word. You might be a Jew, right? Am I correct? Yeah. I am a Jew too. I am a Jew too. Yeah. I am a Jew too. But I know that our Jewish families in this country, they have a cultural perspective how they want to raise their children, and I see a lot of it. What's that place up in North London there? Yeah. And Golders Green. They don't raise their children. Hold on, brother. They don't raise their children the same way in Golders Green.
No.
Like we do in Harlesden.
No.
Like we do in Brixton.
No.
Even in is it Clapham Common, innit?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a
Not
community
in
of
Croydon, not in Croydon,
yeah,
not
yeah.
in Croydon.
It's not the same way. I see how they have their schools every next corner
Yeah.
where they live.
Yeah.
Their skirts are down to their
Yeah.
shoes. Yeah. What do you have up my road there? Their skirts are up to their navel. Don't tell me that's how you want for your children.
No, but that's my
So let's talk culturally.
But
then.
my-
Don't
my
talk for the
schools-
country.
Yeah.
Talk culturally.
My schools
Yeah.
educate my children to do that. Why don't you talk
No,
to
it's
your
not your
schools?
school.
Not your
It's
school.
your culture.
Culture.
Okay,
It's your culture who built the school.
but who builds your school then?
Which one? The one here.
The one where you send your
The
children.
one here is called multicultural. It's called multicultural. With multicultural, you lose your own culture.
But you see, my schools, where I send my children, are private schools.
That's what you should have told me, brother. You should have told me.
that's
All
right.
Jewish
Just give me
schools.
one of the cards. I beg you. Give me one of the cards.
If
No,
you are
seriously.
allowed.
Yeah, if I'm allowed to
If I'm
come in,
allowed.
give me one of the cards.
All Jewish schools are private schools. All the Orthodox Jewish schools are private.
There you go. So it's a cultural
So we have
thing.
a very specific. But nobody is stopping you from doing that.
Doing what?
Opening your own private school.
Oh, that's what you're saying that.
Could we join your
Why
culture?
not?
Could we join your culture?
You're
Could we
saying
join
that.
your culture school?
Don't go there yet. You're saying that because you are, respectfully. It's just a word I'm trying to use. You're blindsided because you don't have time to see what's going on outside.
Okay, go ahead.
You see what
Tell
I
me,
mean?
educate
So
me.
what I'm trying to, it's not even so much, it's just informing because it's easy for us to not see it. I'll give you a quick example. When I used to drive a car every single day for many years, I live up outside London, yeah? It's a 20-minute drive if there's no traffic, which is about 21 kilometers, yeah? So I'll drive at 5 o'clock in the morning, be at work by 6 or 6:30, yeah? When I finish, I'll drive back again. So I realized after a couple of years, I don't know anybody. And I'm like, why? Oh, it's because you're always in your car. You're always in a car. How are you going to meet anybody? How will you meet anyone? But when you leave the car and you start taking the bus, the train, then you meet people. So now I'm not blinded anymore. So what we have or what we know blinds us to what we don't know sometimes. That's the point I'm trying to make. So culturally, everyone knows this country is called multiculturally, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we can go to all the synthesis that they have with those words, yeah? And it's just pure evil. It's pure evil, yeah? Because there's no way to have multicultural and still maintain your own. Because you're trying to please everybody, which you can't. So you have private schools.
But you didn't address my point.
Which is?
No one is stopping you in your community.
That's
your
why I just
specific-
answered your question. I answered your question.
You
You
can
didn't see
open
the
your
answer.
private school.
You didn't see the answer.
No, I didn't know.
Yo.
Where was the answer?
I say you can't see that people are stopping me
Who
because
is?
you.
Well, be specific. Who is
I'm
stopping
saying the same multiculturally controlled government.
you? Well, I also live in that multicultural
I know, but I'm not
controlled
saying it's not possible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying for me to live like that. I'm not saying it's not possible. That's not what I'm saying. Hear me right. I'm saying the system don't want that liberty for everybody. You telling me Oxford wants every student in Oxford? Come on, family.
No.
Does this country want every student going to Cambridge and Oxford?
No.
They don't. So you can't say I can go there. Well, you can, but you got to have some backup. You got to have some backup to go there. It's not just because I feel like going there. I went to College of Northwest London, Bedford, or what's it called, university or whatever. I went to another university. But none of them said, bro, why don't you go Oxford? Why are you coming here? My mother went to Cambridge. A black woman. She went to Cambridge. My dad went to Oxford. Fair enough. They could do that in their own time. Because Nigeria had money. They had that. They had fulus. They had enough of it. And they were in high families, which just meant where do you want to go study? That's all they ask. Where do you want to go? Japan, Up till the mid-80s, my uncles and aunties and so on were all educated outside of our country by invitation. By invitation. Now you got to pay from Africa half of your tuition wherever you want to go. Some people can't come to the West, they go to Russia. £2,000 over there buys you a semester just to get your foot in the door. Then you walk your way into Italy, Eastern Europe, England. Then you can go Oxford if you're really brilliant. By that time, they give you respect. That damn, this guy hungry. So I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying
the whole point of Oxford is that it's exclusive. If it wouldn't be exclusive, then there wouldn't be any point in going to Oxford in the first place.
that's what I'm saying. Oxford is not what's exclusive. The country
It is about being exclusive.
the
Why
country.
do you want to go to Oxford?
The country is exclusive, not
No, but
not
so
Oxford.
Oxford is. You only want to go to Oxford because they only allow the top, only take the top.
No,
if
they
they
don't
would take everyone.
Okay, explain what
it
you
would
mean.
be the same as Northwest College. It wouldn't be Oxford. It would just be
But
Northwest
why
College.
is it like that? Why is it like that? It's what
Because
I'm
the only
getting
way,
to.
only way you get
Yeah.
to the top is if you only take the top, everybody wants to go there, and that causes that you get the good name. Everyone wants to go there, and it stays at the top level.
Don't you think it's a filtration process?
Of course
Because you're
it's
talking
filtration,
different
but you're only
things.
taking
Now
the top.
look at what it is. Yeah. I don't even want to use examples like this. Would some of the royal family, would they just say, let's send our child to Halsden College?
Of course not.
Why wouldn't they?
Because
Why
they want the
wouldn't they
top.
do that? Why wouldn't they just say, let me send him to Brixton
Academy.
something there? Or,
Because they want the best.
they want the best, but not only because they want it, it's in their hand.
Yeah. Well,
It's in
yes.
their hand. They don't want it. It's in their hand. Now, if there's only 20 seats up in Oxford and all our people here want to go there, are we going to be able to get in?
Of course not.
So what's the solution? Build more classrooms, innit? Will they do that?
There's no solution.
Hold on.
sorry.
No, there's enough money.
No.
No, I didn't say solution. You're not hearing me.
That's not the point.
You're not hearing me.
No, you're not hearing me. That's not the point. Nobody wants the whole country to be able to go to Oxford. Otherwise, it wouldn't be
No,
Oxford.
somebody wants that. You just made a serious claim. Said nobody wants. And see how we roll with language.
But it's not
Anyone
true.
who don't
Okay,
want that,
great.
put your hand up. If you don't want your
Is there
child going
anyone here-
Oxford.
Is there anyone here who wants anybody to be able to go to Oxford?
Yeah.
Anybody? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go.
There you go.
I want people to go to
Anyone
Oxford.
else?
Guess
Is
what?
there anyone here? Is anyone,
everybody-
you want
everybody
you want
wants.
everyone to be able to go to Oxford?
Yeah, I equal opportunity.
Do you want everyone to actually be able to go?
Yes, why not?
It wouldn't make sense.
They could put one more close up in London.
There you go.
They
That's
could,
what I just said.
they could build one more close
that's
up
what
in
I said.
London.
But they should still have an equal point of getting
Yeah.
to that point.
They have.
Especially,
Well,
especially,
Well, the whole
especially.
credibility is that they only allow the top wherever it's.
No, they
said,
don't
false
allow the
code,
top.
skin
Hold
colour,
on, brother.
all that.
Sorry, what should I call you?
Are
Sorry.
you saying there are no blacks or Asians or?
Oh no, don't go
But
into
it's not
that
ju-
thing.
so
yet.
it's not just.
Don't
it's
go
not
into
just
that
skin
thing.
color.
yet.
There are different skin colors in Oxford.
Don't go into that thing yet. Don't go into that
I will
thing.
agree
yet.
with you. I will agree with you that if you're the old school, if you're of the established white families from this country, you have a better chance to go to the Oxford universities. That's true. That's true in every place, really, where there's an establishment and you belong to that establishment. You get yes, that is true. I'm not arguing. It's true that in any place where you're part of the establishment, you find it easy. You find things easier. In theory, we should correct for that. In practice, it just won't happen. It's not just here; it's in the whole world. And it's the same in black countries or
Now-
Chinese
now,
countries.
we're not
where
saying-
you're part of the establishment, you have it easier.
Now look
That-
at what
that
we're
is true.
saying,
I'm not
brother.
arguing
Look
with
at what
that.
we're saying, brother.
But the point what I'm saying is, you can't, and you agree to that. If everyone goes to Oxford, everyone is allowed in Oxford, then the whole point of Oxford to lose the credibility.
That's
There's
a
no
lie.
point.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. The whole
That's a
point of
lie.
Oxford- no.
That's a lie,
But the whole
especially.
point is the exclusivity. You
Well-
only want Oxford because it's exclusive.
The same, and then the country gonna be more productive,
The country,
innit?
yeah.
Now,
If you feel so proud of Oxford, surely they'd want most of their citizens educated by that system.
Well, no,
Why?
that's a point. Because Oxford stands for the top 5 or 10%. So at the most, they only ever want the top 5 or 10% to be in Oxford, because that's what Oxford means. Oxford means these are the top, the elite, the best. Now, if everyone goes there, then Oxford's not the best anymore. So again, there's no point of Oxford in the first place.
anyway, let's
So-
get back to an original point.
Okay.
I'm not trying to stop you, or if has he answered how you want, or no? If he hasn't, go on, because I know he's going to snatch something
Hey, it's your
away.
conversation.
No, we're all free here. What I wanted to say is, if you know what you're saying now, why then did you ask me or tell me I could be that thing when you know it's exclusive, that I cannot be that thing? When you know the seats are not enough, why then ask me that I can be something when you now tell me that if something is exclusive? Because you're asking me why I can't have my children, you know, quote unquote, in the best kind of place.
Exclusive doesn't mean you personally need to be excluded.
You just said that now.
No,
I
I
mean, it's
said
not
that
me
there'll be nice-
personally. We're talking about us generally, personally.
I never-
You
I
know,
never said
just look at
everyone
everybody
could be, but
here.
that's my point.
Huh?
Everyone, in theory, stands a chance to get to Oxford.
No,
You
you,
have to be clever.
no, you
You
can't
have
have this
to.
contradiction in place.
Not everyone does that.
No, that's a contradiction.
No, I'm saying we have to. Well, you need to qualify.
Yes, you
You
go.
need to qualify.
You need to qualify.
You will need to be in the top 10% in.
Do you
in-
know
in
why? Do you know why
education,
Oxford?
in your schools?
Do you know?
In your IQ?
You probably know.
You'll have to be.
You probably know.
I'm sorry. Well, not anyone can get it. That's the point. Not anyone can.
Teach them they will get it, man. People are smart, bro.
Not exactly.
Tell me what happens.
Not exactly.
Tell me what happens. Tell me what
Can't-
happens.
Not everyone can be. Not everyone will get
You
A's.
can teach a dog to flip and do tricks. You tell me you can't teach a human being some maths and English for him to get an
Even though you can only teach one dog out of I don't know how many to do tricks. You can't do it, and it takes years and
A.
years.
You can teach a monkey sign language. You're telling me you can't teach a human
There's
maths?
one monkey. If you could do that, it would be to every monkey. But that's
do you think
exactly the
it's
point.
genetics? What do you think it's down to
That's exactly the point.
genetics?
What?
Do you think our intelligence is connected to our
Intelligence is certainly genetics.
Certainly.
No.
Oh, well, it's not, but
Okay.
not only
You are
genetics.
born with intelligence.
Yes, there's genetics.
Yes, you are
not
born
only
with every
yes.
human is born with intelligence.
But genetics are locked down to genetics. Not only, not entirely. There's culture, nature, and
You know
nurture.
melanin can make you smart.
I'm sorry.
Melanin, you know melanin, yeah?
Yes.
Not the type you have in your skin, the type you have, say, that's produced in your brain.
Yeah.
You know that can assist your smartness.
Possibly, I don't know. Maybe say
You know
so.
black people have a lot more melanin than, say,
Okay.
other some people.
Maybe yes. Well, certainly
How
the
come
skin.
Black people have a low IQ.
Nice question.
First of all, do black people have a low IQ? I don't know. I don't say that. Do they? I don't know. But if they do, but you've made a few statements which we need to examine. Are they all true? You said that. Well, I haven't. See, you've made 3 statements and they asked me a question.
See, you're supposed to be in
true?
Oxford, mate.
Is it true
Yeah,
that?
that's what I said. You're
yeah.
supposed to be
That
Oxford.
question should be on Oxford live Q&A.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah?
Is it true? Is it true? Is it true?
Tell me you appreciate that question.
Well, he's giving me
Because
something.
you were stumped for like a few seconds.
They get-
Honestly, that's a serious question. I'm gonna be
That's
using
not true.
it.
That question is made on the presupposition that a few statements are true, which may or may not be true. I need to check into that. You said that if we have melanin in the brain, that is a cause for that melanin, higher melanin in the brain causes or is connected. It brings your cleverness, your IQ up.
The more melanin you have inside
You're also
the
saying
more-
that black people have more melanin in the brain, and you're saying that black people have lower IQs.
No, I'm not saying
He's not saying that. He's
Oh, it's
saying
not
it's,
true.
it's stated. It's stated,
stated,
at least
it's
that,
stated,
that,
yeah.
that black people, all throughout history, modern
So
history.
you're asking how is that
Okay,
possible?
I'm going to ask you a
So
question.
all 3 statements have to be true for your question to
Well,
be
you
true.
agreed with the
I'm
the
gonna ask
first
you a
2.
question.
I
You
don't.
agreed with the
I
first
don't.
2.
No, I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah, you
I
did
No,
don't.
you
say
did.
it,
You
yeah.
say yes.
I said no. I said possibly. I said let's
Bro,
say.
well, that's
I don't
enough.
know.
You
I
need
wonder where you're going
intelligence
with
to
it.
operate this.
To a degree, but
To a
not
degree.
lot.
Okay, now there was an experiment done in Africa where they don't have none of this shit. Yeah, they don't have no technology, nothing. How did the African boy switch on the phone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because, because he knew there's something there. How do we operate it? The brain then takes, okay, press this. Press that. That didn't work. Press that. Oh, it switches on. Is that intelligence?
I say, but let's say it's
That's intelligence.
okay. But what is your point?
My point is, you were born with intelligence.
You're born with some intelligence, but not everyone is born equal intelligence.
I say you're born with instinct and you learn intelligence.
Possibly, not all people. I've got 5 children. They're not as clever as each other. Some are cleverer than the others. Not all
No,
people
the
are.
word wasn't clever. The word was
Well,
intelligent.
they're intelligent. I'll use that word then.
You're
But
saying they're
not
not.
all my children are as intelligent as each other, and they've had
No,
the
that
same
wasn't
culture.
his premise. His premise was
Yeah,
intelligence.
you're
not-
born with some intelligence, but not all people
Yeah,
have the
that's-
same
yeah.
amount. It's the same with everything. Are you saying that if I would
But
train,
there's a balance
if
in
I
it.
would
Everything
train
is a balance. All they
to
wanna be
raise
saying.
weights,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
I could do it.
That's exactly what we were
But I
saying.
couldn't.
Go back to
Start
the basics. Take technology away. Take it
Is
away.
everybody going to be a maths teacher?
Everybody's
But it's a
on the
balance.
same
Yes,
level.
exactly.
They
And that's
know how
why
to get
that's
food
why
to
what
eat
you were saying.
and live.
There's a little thing climbing there. That's why what you were saying. Don't cut when you said
Inside your team.
when you said I have or
You're
other
intelligent.
people or other people might have the same opportunity to attain such education like places like Oxford, because you know clearly that even your children, like you said, you can't compare them the same.
Yeah.
So how would you then
Compare them.
compare like a whole majority of this country, like a whole majority of this country who are not considered the 10%, they were intentionally, deliberately dumbed down so that they wouldn't even be able to think of going to Oxford. If they could even think of getting out of their front door, that's an achievement in its own. Never mind going to Oxford. But you told me that everybody
Sorry,
can...
I'm not sure where. To be very clear, I didn't say that, and I'm.
Did you say what?
No, let's be very, very
No,
clear.
what didn't you say? No, just so I know what
let's
you're
be
saying.
very clear. Not
Yeah.
all black people can go to Oxford.
No, I'm not saying
Not
black
all white people,
I'm
not all people
No,
can
no,
go
no.
to
I never
Oxford.
brought black. I'm saying, listen.
What I'm
listen.
saying is blackness.
No, I'm not talking
isn't-
about blackness.
Isn't an impediment. Just
Listen,
black, yes.
I don't talk about blackness like that. I don't.
Not. No, isn't.
Oh, guys, don't go in the racial thing.
I can argue racial. But
Oh,
Yeah, don't go down that road there.
this is not a
this one
race.
keeps going on about black people.
Oh, here we go again. It's been hijacked now.
No, continue.
I never went at it from that
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
I'm going at it from
Sorry.
the general mass. Be they white, be they blue, be they black, be they Asian, be they whatever. We don't have that access to Oxford University. Don't forget where we started. I said I had sex. My wife got pregnant. We had a baby. Then we give the baby to somebody else to teach. That's the problem we're talking about. I didn't say black guy had sex. I'm saying me.
Yeah.
And I believe that covers a lot of men who done the same. Yeah? Your wife gets pregnant. You've been living for such a long time. You know what's right. Yeah? So when you have that child, you're the most qualified to teach the child. So why don't we do it? Why do we now delegate that to a stranger? Somebody who we don't even know what their interests are.
Fred, you reach out, innit?
Or thank you, better word, what their intentions are. And I'm seeing a whole lot of Satanists trying to teach children.
Uncle, we know what their intention is.
Thank you very much. But just in case, some people don't know. Say again?
Their intention is to imprison the children in these little prisons
There you go.
with a name that's
Mental shackles. Thank you.
It's
So
a
that's
prison.
that's where we were going. That's where we were going.
That's
And
where we
It's a
disagree.
prison.
yeah, so that's what, I know people brought in some side roads, but they all link in. They all link in because these are some of the problems involved in that bigger paradigm, innit?
Yeah, but who want
the
the
so-called multicultural society
yeah.
that only caters to one of the cultures. It's a multicultural society, but that multicultural is not represented in the level that you would expect it. Say, for example, prisons are full of colored people.
Yeah.
Mental health care homes are full of colored people. Oxford is filled with white people. Our parliament is filled with white people.
The police force is
The police is filled with white people. You see what I'm saying? So,
The black policeman I just saw just down there.
of course,
He said full. No, he said full. He said full. He said
You
full.
would expect, you'd expect the police force to be a majority of white people because the majority of white people in this country.
yeah, but why is the prison different?
That's a good question.
Why is the prison different? Yeah, how come they don't have majority rule in the prison? By numbers.
What's the answer?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you the two. Well,
I'm with you.
sure. I'll tell you if you don't interrupt me. I'll tell you the two popular answers are either that the justice system discriminates against black people, or that there's a high crime rate in the black community.
Oh.
These are the two popular answers. Sorry, these. But just a minute. It's not exactly. It said that there is possible.
It was confirmed.
It was said. They
By
said
an
that
internal investigation.
there is still some institutional racism. No, they didn't say that. You're not even getting the exact quote. It said there is some institutional racism. They said, yeah, but not. Okay, but let's. Okay, but then again, the question is, why are there more black people in jails? And these are the two popular answers. So are we in agreement? You've heard of these two answers, right?
Which one do you believe is more correct?
I think they're both right.
But it's not about what you believe, it's about what the facts are. And I said,
how are you going to? Okay, how do you establish the facts?
You just said it's 04, something like that. Does that not give you any idea of police racially profiling, locking up for wrong causes?
Are you
a
saying?
lot of the statistics are false statistics.
Are you saying that the black people in prison are innocent for the most part?
Nobody's saying that.
Can we use a different word? Colored people.
Colored people,
because
sure.
you know it's
Okay,
not only
yeah.
blacks. There's Asians.
Okay,
there's
let's-
People who sell cannabis
just
on
because
the streets. Let's talk about the black people who sell cannabis.
you've got a little
Colored
thing
people.
on
What
there.
are they
Is that-
doing
I
that
thought
is
it's a
wrong?
fashion or something. I thought it's an earring. Yes,
Personally, I don't think weed should be illegal.
Who?
I personally
Why
don't think,
are you
but
saying that innocent people aren't being imprisoned?
but these are the laws of this
Because
country.
people selling cannabis are being imprisoned.
But these are the
They're
laws
not
of
doing
the.
anything different
But
from what the
see,
pharmaceutical
if-
companies are doing.
But no, that's see. If you
Why
want
ain't
to
the
change,
pharmaceutical companies being arrested and
because
put in
if you're
prison?
not happy with the laws, you don't bring change by disobeying the laws, but you bring change from the top by changing the laws.
Now,
if you
guess what,
disobey
brother?
the law,
Brother,
I don't believe.
Can I ask him one quick question?
I don't believe.
Can I ask him one quick question?
Sure.
What shall I call you, please? My name is Ty.
I'm Ellie.
Ellie, isn't it kind of funny that it's the same 10% who managed to go to Oxford, locking up the 90% who did not get in to Oxford? Isn't it like a little bit of a coincidence over there?
Well, it's not. See, that's why I said. You asked
So
me,
you see that the education really.
Yeah, see, you asked me what I believe, and I said it's a combination of both. It's a question of chicken and egg, and to be honest, with coloured people, I think it's quite clear which one is the chicken, so to speak, where it started. It certainly started with racism in this country. Black people were put down, and coloured people, if you prefer, were put down. However, put down. I mean, kept down culturally. Sorry, kept down culturally. Sorry,
People got
yeah, okay. But that has given birth, or that started a culture of disobedience and crime in the black community, which now propagates itself. So now they're both forces. There is the stereotypes and the racism, but there are also higher rates of criminal. So there's a mixture of both. And I don't have any solutions. I'm not about solutions. But at this point, it's very silly to just blame it on racism. It's not just racism. There are certainly higher rates of crime, certainly of most violent crimes in the black community. Now, I'm not saying it's like a black person has to be genetically.
Listen. If you don't know what the water is like, don't jump in to start swimming. Yeah? Now hold on. Oh, go on. Okay.
When you say black communities, who created the communities?
But that's what I said. But I was very clear about that.
Who created the community?
But that's what I said.
Who put the black people there, bro?
But that's what I said.
Who put them in the ghettos?
Or who put the Turks?
Who put them in the ghettos?
In these areas.
To make them be so debased.
South London's full of blacks.
But that's what I said. But that is what I said.
Why
You
are
debase
these
people,
people
then
being
you're telling them.
But that is what I said. It
react
started
where
with
they are.
racism.
Just be in the
That's
cage.
very clear.
And be a
That's
nice
very clear.
gentleman.
It started that way.
Which
It
gentleman
started that
gentleman
way.
in a cage?
But nobody's keeping them now. Now it's already a snowball that's
Why don't
rolling.
you let black people?
No, there's no system that's keeping black people down.
That's a good question. Why is it that
But
me as a black man, I can send my daughter to your school?
To my school, my schools are private schools exclusively Jewish. If you were to convert to Judaism, dress like me, accept all the Jewish laws, your daughter will find a place in my school. But to be very honest, in the Jewish community itself, there are like sub-communities and every groups, smaller groups. The smaller groups have their own schools.
I know,
Not every
I know
person
people
belongs
want
to a
that.
group
They want
that has
that
their own
push with
school.
it.
For example, the group that I belong to, the Hasidic group,
yeah.
don't have a girls' school. We have a boys' school, we don't have a girls' school. Even for me, it's quite difficult to find a school where to send my daughter because there are many children, not enough places at school. So even for me, it was quite a struggle, and that is, I'm Jewish.
Tell me one thing.
Part of the Jewish
can I ask you
community,
one
but
question?
just in my subgroup,
If I can snatch this
you would
from
be
you,
an
brothers.
outsider, but even then, your daughter would get in eventually, but you would have to conform to the school.
Can I ask you one question,
very
brother?
specific. We don't want outsider, we just want our own. Now, if you want to be one of our own, we'd accept you. We
But
have
his mum's not Jewish.
It doesn't matter. In all our schools, in all our, I can.
I'm originally a Jew.
We want this type of Jew. Let's not get into that. Yes, let's not get into that argument. It's very simple. Our schools are for our type. Our type, I don't mean skin color, I mean this type, this type, this type.
What's the
this
type? The
of
clothes
Jew.
is the type or the man?
The clothes.
So what about this type? And this
What about
real
this
type?
type?
What about
What about that?
What about
Yeah.
Jews like?
No, it's very clear. Our school set up by people like us, of
Who
the
is
Jews,
people like us?
the Jews who follow the laws.
But
that
how
we
would I
follow.
know that by looking at you, what you follow? How would I know
You don't. But see, I go to synagogue every day. They see me there every day. They see where I eat. They see where I buy my food. If I would be seen buying non-kosher food, then quite
Can I ask you a
probably
question
my
anyway?
children would
Can
be,
I ask you a
would be
question? Can I
denied
put you on the
places in
spot a
school.
little bit?
You can try.
Can I put you on the spot a little bit? Yeah.
Sure. I mean, that's all our discussion.
Your community schools, yeah.
Yes.
What are their sexual and moral values? What are their sexual and moral values in your schools?
The moral value broadly is don't hurt other people. Sexual values.
Pagans have that. Don't hurt
Yes.
other people.
It's the thing is we have. What we
Come
call-
on, tell me something beef, yeah?
Yeah, but the thing
Pagans
is-
have that thing.
The thing is,
Don't hurt
what
other
we
people.
call,
Atheists have that.
Yes,
Don't hurt other people.
what we call,
In fact, atheists have the best of that. They don't hurt nobody. They let people just move. You
we
get
call
me?
moral values.
Come on, tell me something. You know what I'm talking
Sure.
about. Yeah.
Our morality is not just one or two.
No,
or three.
moral values.
Yes,
not
our moral
morality.
values.
Moral values. Yeah.
Our moral values
Yeah.
are following the word of God, as given to Moses, as interpreted by our sages to the letter. That's our moral
Do
values.
you think our so-called, what do they call all these schools we go, our children go in, grammar schools and all these schools?
Secondary schools.
Yeah. Do you think this country has the same moral values like you?
Of course not. They're not Jewish.
So why do you want me to send my children there?
I don't want you to send your children there. I
said you could, didn't he?
said you could have, you and your friends could open a school for colored people or.
Don't worry about how we're gonna do it. Don't worry how we're gonna do it. What I just want to know is,
Well,
what I
that's
want
my
to.
point, sir.
We're
I
not
said
here
my-
begging for GoFundMe to build one. But if you can donate to Brother Ty, really do donate to Brother Ty. That's a serious message. Donate to Brother Ty so Brother Ty can keep coming down here to teach. All right. Having said that, my brother Eli here may even donate to me before we leave today. Yeah. But what we're trying to say is, Brother Eli, on a more serious note, yeah. If the moral values in your education for your children is different to this white English nation,
Yes.
would you recommend it for anybody else's children?
Do you share my moral values?
We hold the Bible.
Do you?
We hold the Bible.
Do you?
Yes.
You keep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm shouting. I'm sorry.
But you,
yes.
but you don't. You hold. You keep.
Excuse me? What do you mean we don't? Why did you say that? You haven't checked though. You haven't checked. That's the thing. You haven't checked. You just said we don't.
Or the Torah.
You just said we don't.
Because
I
you,
got the
you
Torah
follow the
on my
Bible.
phone. I got the Bible on my
because you follow the Bible, which includes the New Testament.
No, but
We
before,
don't.
hold on, brother Eli. Before you go to the New Testament, let's start where the book starts.
Torah.
We didn't throw away the 5 books. Did we throw that away? We didn't. So if let's just say we have bonus in it. You've got the original, we've got it here. Then we got the bonus. We can agree on the bonus. We can agree on the. It's the same for.
I don't. Do you eat pork?
No.
Do you shave your hair at the corner of your head?
No.
Look,
Do you
brother,
wear the
hold on,
fringes,
brother,
like I do?
brother.
These are all biblical commandments.
Brother, hold on. The real Rastaman is us. Yeah. So don't tell us about.
We can find the book right there. You read it.
Don't
That's
tell
true.
us. Don't tell us about growing your hair. See the brother there. See the brother here. Yeah. Yeah. And so don't tell us about that. Yeah. And we try to do. Look. When a brother like this, when a brother like this wants to go for a job in this community, in this society, if you and him go, even if it's just a bus driver job, if you come, they'd rather give you if they had to choose between just the one,
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, it's not maybe, not. Come on, brother. I'm talking from evidences here. I'm not just trying to be emotional,
Okay,
Don't put me on the spot. It's not
Let's
necessary.
say, let's say.
The easy things we can agree on, let's do
say.
it, you know,
I'm
so
saying-
we can move somewhere. Now, hold on, me. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're coming there. I had a friend, or I had a colleague rather, when I started a bus driving job outside London somewhere years ago, and the guy was so clean, smooth shaved, He was of a Pakistan background, So we colleagues, we friends, because we were like maybe just the 2-3 of us who were not white, But he was clean shaved when he came for the job. I was a Rasta man at the time, but you know, I tie it back. You get me? I tie it back. So when I stand in front of you, you can't see it. You get me? But so and I shaved down a little bit, My beard used to be like my brother's here, but you can't come to a job interview like that as a black person, even as a Pakistan Asian. You can't easily. You're almost telling them I've come here to impose my culture on yours. It's not to say you're a bad person, but they understand that because they shave. Like, you know, my uncle here is clean shaved. The director, the this, the that, the that. Well, so when the brother come, he was clean shaved. They had 3 months probation for us. 3 months probation. After the 3 months, the brother's beard was reaching down to here after the probation. I just come back from a holiday. I'm like, boy, is that you? His beard was full like, I'm like, why were you hiding this before? That shows me you're weak. You've let them see you're weak, you're afraid. Yeah, I know we need jobs, but they wouldn't deny you. They would actually ask you, we give you a better job upstairs. They're like, you can't be a boss. You know it's true what we're saying. No, come on. Let's not go there. Let's not go there, Eli.
Let's go there.
No, it's not necessary. It's a waste of time.
Why not?
Because
if you mention it,
because that movie, Eli, that movie is overplayed already.
We made a statement.
That everybody knows that.
And that statement implies that it's about race.
Of course.
But it's not exactly true because a white person also needs to conform. You come with a tie, you come with a suit, you come looking serious. So in our
serious
culture,
means what? Hold on, brother Eli. No, I'm challenging your word.
Because we have a culture.
Serious means how you perform in this job.
No, it's how
right? It doesn't mean you having to delineate your cultural appearance.
Yes, it does.
Excuse me? What does the law say? Equal opportunities.
Do you want to hear the explanation?
No, we can go there.
No
We can go there. I might not remember everything, but there's the Equality Act.
It is true.
And you're telling me we need to go against that? There should be no discrimination based on skin color, race, religion, sex, age. You're telling me he has to delineate his cultural look. I'm a Yoruba man.
No. You don't need to do it legally. But
if you don't, you won't get the job.
Because it's very simple.
You won't get the job.
It's very simple. When an employer looks at you, you say you want a job. Now, he doesn't know, are you going to be good for the job? Are you going to cause problems at the job? Are you going to be difficult? He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that for anyone. But the first thing he looks for, can you conform or can you come and pretend to behave, at least for the job interview? And if he can't do that, then his first instinct is, well, if he can't try to look what we have in this culturally professional, you can't look professional. Just a minute.
I know people have heard the answer.
Okay, yes.
I just want us to move on because question one.
Do you disagree with that?
Yeah.
No, question
so
one.
I was giving someone an interview. I don't care about how they performed at the job.
Yeah, but let's do the question. Let's do the question.
But how would you know in
advance?
advance?
That's the melanin in my head that you're lacking.
How would you know in
can't
advance?
understand my
But how would you know in
He won't fire
advance?
shots, you know.
slightly primitive.
Sorry.
Go on, go back
No,
to
no,
your
no, no, no need to
conversation, because I'm not
insult.
even
No,
involved.
need to
No, no, no.
insult.
I think
How would
he's-
you know in advance whether the person would perform or cause you
That's what the
problems?
interview's for. You test them in the interview.
Give them a try, give them the
You don't
opportunity
have
to
a-
see.
Look at them. Ooh, you're clean shaven. You must be good at this job.
Oh, you're
But
black.
I think the first
you
test,
clean
shave
no,
to go to court.
it's not
Oh,
about
you're
black and white.
homosexual,
The
you
first
Shave
test,
anyway. You clean shave to go to court.
Yeah.
To go mosque, to a church, or whatever date, wherever you're going to do it.
it's the
anyway.
first test is, do you look professional?
value.
Do you look professional?
Okay.
I think
First
that's
question.
very fair.
No, no,
for
it's
an
not
employer.
fair. No, it's not
Of
right.
course
It's
it
not
is.
Do I look
fair.
professional?
Against what?
What?
though?
Do I look professional?
Yes.
Are you classing professional
what
say
would
on
you
this
base that
a
on?
white man that's clean shaven?
That's where the
You look-
equal
you-
is.
you
Fair
look
means
clean.
fair. What
I
is
look
fair?
clean.
Yes, I mean not dirty. I mean clean, clean.
So you can't shave that off. I'm not
no,
being bad.
No,
You see what
no.
I'm talking
Can you
about?
cut this off?
Yes.
Can you cut your locks
And-
off?
and-
Will you cut your locks off?
very
Eli?
if I would
Eli,
judge,
would you cut your locks off?
No, and I've
Because I don't want this type of locks. Listen.
I wouldn't,
I've
and
just started a white collar company. Yeah, I've put out what do you call it? You know, people to come job whatever. Yeah. So I'm expecting only black rastas. I only want black rasta. If you're not a black rasta man, I don't want to see you in the interview. Yeah. So that's on my mind. That's on my mind. Yeah. Because I only want to employ black rastas. Then brother Eli comes in. He's a white rasta man. And his locks look not exactly like Bob Marley locks. Am I supposed to say, send you away because you don't look professional? In my view, am I supposed to send you away?
supposed to? No.
See,
would
now
would
that's
that
what the
happen?
white system does
But
with
would that
anybody who
happen?
don't look like them.
But would that happen?
It does happen every day.
But would it happen the other way around? Quite probably.
Which, like me denying you because you're not a black rasta.
Yeah, probably.
It could happen, but it wouldn't because we don't have the power
Plus,
anyway.
you're on camera now. And
No,
you're saying that,
come on,
but
brother.
also-
You know we don't have the
Of
power
course
for
it
that.
would.
You know we
Of
don't
course
have the
it would
power
happen.
for that. You know we don't have the power for that.
Of course it would happen.
Like that.
Of course it would happen. If you
Like
have,
I would go
Your
on the
justification
performance
is
of the job.
because you're doing it, it's okay. And
No.
if they were to do it, it's okay.
no, that's not my
That way-
justification.
Well, you just said it. That's what you
I
just
didn't,
said.
I
You
didn't say
said.
it. I didn't. My justification is that when I as an employer, I'm not, but if I want to find an employee, my first thing that I'm always worried is,
Face value.
are they going to conform? Are they going to cause me trouble? Now, if they adopt the look of the place and show me what I see, what you're about, and I'm gonna fit in.
I dress in the
But
same
if-
uniform that a security guard is wearing a shop.
It's
who
not
is
about
clean
security
shaven.
Let's
guard.
ask a
Yes,
question.
but do you want?
Let's ask a
are you
quick
gonna
question.
fit in? Yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
standing in a security shop. I'm working as a security guard. You have one who is clean shaven, and then you have me with my hair like this and my beard. Who's going to be hired?
Not necessarily. I don't know if it makes
Who's
a
gonna be
difference.
hired?
For
I think you'd
security
be
guard,
hired
I
in
don't
a-
think it makes a difference for security guard.
Believe me, it makes a difference.
But there are other factors as well. Did he come with a suit? Did he come with a tie? Did he
Yeah,
come-
I'm
did he
with
come-
all of that.
How does this suit tell
does-
somebody?
It,
I've never.
it tells the boss that this person is ready to
conform.
conform.
Yeah,
Society.
yeah.
Yes.
That
makes
means
him a liar.
that means he's
That makes him
submissive.
untrustworthy.
He's submissive to
That means you
society.
can't
It's got
trust
nothing
him.
to do with
but
a professional.
He's submissive to
He's doing a
society.
job.
But I tell you what, if you don't come with that way, what it tells the boss is that this person is not willing to conform, and no boss wants to take that chance.
That's who's wearing suits.
But so no, when you don't come with a suit, what the boss sees, this person does not want to conform, and he doesn't want to take a chance.
You know why? You know why? Because what happened is, yeah, you have colored people being painted as bad, ignorant, and aggressive. So what happened is, now, when he come into a jacket and tie and a suit, that means, okay, yes, he's an elite. You can lead him wherever you want to lead him. So if he's not leading him, they see you as a target. Like,
Yes, master. No, you
yeah,
understand?
you're too aggressive. No, me not need. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. And as Uncle Ty said, we don't have the power to, because if we have the power, we're going to send our children to school.
You made a statement, and I accept that, but who is the one that portrays black people in that way?
The system.
It's not just the system, though, is it?
There's a system.
Who is it? Yeah.
Black rappers don't do the same thing?
Are you hearing
Black
what you just
rapper.
said?
Yes, I did.
Who owns the rap industry?
Exactly.
Come on.
Brother Eli, brother Eli, brother Eli, brother Eli, brother.
Man, them
Brother Eli, they've been nice to you. They let you off with a quick fire. They should have led you further into the water and drowned you. But they let you off with a bullet shot to your leg. Now you can run. They should have dragged you in
with a bullet shot to your leg.
No, you can't. Trust me. Wesley Snipes has, and so has Tom Cruise. You get me? What it is you always kind of blindsided.
I'm not blindsided.
Hold on, Brother Eli.
No, you're blindsided.
Eli, let me
at least perspective.
Brother Eli, we can check, innit? We can check, innit? Sure. See how calm, collected you are. Anybody can tell there's a confidence of you got backup, innit? You've got cultural backup.
I don't have
now,
backup.
a white brother wrote a book, A white brother wrote a book a couple of years ago, maybe, I read anyway. And he said, white people have this invisible emergency backpack. Yeah? It's called an invisible emergency backpack. You know what a backpack is, isn't it? One of these, yeah? So every white person has an invisible one. Yeah? It just means anywhere they go, they're comfortable and confident knowing that all they need to do is make a phone call for backup to come and rescue them. Say a white European goes to Malaysia and they say, Malaysia, no littering, and he's up a chewing gum and poor. And the Malay look at him and say, damn, this guy thinks because he's white, he can just come over and, hold on, come. What we do here, we lash your bum. We lash you 12 lashes. Then they drag him out there. Guess what the whole Europe country is going to do? Oh, you can't do that to a European. But you can cut Nigerians' heads off over there. Every single day you can chop their heads off for anything. If a white woman goes to Brazil and she's a drug mule, the British government will step in and reduce the sentence and transfer the sentence back to England. Well, if a Jamaican does the same, the government will say, we don't even know him. We don't know him. Look, you could carry drugs today. You're the perfect person to help me carry the drugs I got.
What about if a black British woman does the same thing?
She go fire burn her. The only thing save her, Brother Eli, is if she were traveling with a white girl. Yeah, because the system wouldn't want to look biased.
We know it's not true.
That's true.
It's everyday study we do. Everyday study we do. Everyday study we do.
Black British is in prison for carrying drugs. Do you hear about it? No. Did the British government go and search for them? No.
I was in Eastern Europe, yeah. I have a British passport in Eastern Europe. In this country in Eastern Europe, yeah.
Yes.
When you get there as a British passport holder in Europe, yeah, they're part of the EU. When this thing was happening to me, yeah, when you get there, you have 3 days to register with the police that you're in the country. Even though you got a 3-month visa access to be in the country, but within 3 days, you have to register with the police, yeah, and then with the embassy to say you're here, yeah. But I'm a black British guy. Who am I? Now, it's a funny case.
Being a black British slave.
But, well, there you go. But there's a whole lot of social.
No more.
Hold on. Let's not go there yet. Guys, let's not go there. Now, in that country.
No, with that attitude, you're never going to
get. The brother is gone off me now. You let him escape now. The bigger picture, you let him escape. Now, in that country, there's enough white brothers there, enough white sisters there teaching English, yeah, and living like me, but not having to conform to that going to the police. Because when they're walking around the city, the police don't know if they're European of that country or European of the next country. Yeah. Me, the police stop me every single day. Show me the papers, document. I said, come on, man, you know me yesterday, you've checked. He said, yeah, but you've been here more than 3 days. Are you registered? I said, well, yeah, I was out of the country yesterday. I just came back. He would say, yeah, right. You and I know that you can't be out of the country and come back every 3 days. Because it's almost impossible. But they don't make it easy for us to blend in. Now, for a black British citizen, it's hard. It can't escape it. For a white British citizen, It's not a problem at all.
Easy.
He can come to the police and be in front of you. You can't say, are you English? You can't say that. But because of our color,
I then throw some.
from a distance over there, they already seen how they're gonna cordon us off. If you see me going like that, he's moving left. If you see me going that,
That's just a fact. They're a different color. You can't blend in. I mean, you can't.
yeah,
blame-
but we're
I'm
saying
not sure
we're
you
saying
blame me for
we're
that.
showing you that the discrimination is based on that color thing, based on race. Yeah, the same way somebody might look at you now in I don't know, a rundown area somewhere and say, yeah, that's a Jew, get him. Because you stand out by your appearance.
I stand out.
You see what I'm saying?
Because you keep coming at me with your black and white people. I'm not.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do
I
that.
personally am not part of this white group because I stand
Come
out
on,
too.
don't give the people back
No,
home
I'm
that
saying,
kind
my
of
point
rubbish.
is I
You
stand-
are part of the white
It's
group,
not true.
but we're not trying to pick on you for
No,
that.
but it's not true.
We're looking
I
at social
stand out.
contracts.
I stand out wherever I go. Wherever I
Come
go.
on.
We're not trying to. We're not trying to.
You're
We're not.
You're not true Israelite. Your father name is
Wherever
Gomar.
I go, I stand out.
Yeah, because of your dress
Yes.
code.
We are.
I have people I know who are Jewish,
Yeah, I could
but they're
cut
not.
this off
They
and
don't dress
blend
like
in.
this.
I could
They don't
blend
dress
in.
like this.
I could
That's
have,
what I'm
yes.
saying.
But I
So
personally-
guess what people of color would have to do to not be noticed all the
Well,
time.
you couldn't really.
No, you have to change your skin color. You have to take it off.
all go to a majority black country. So that's the thing.
Say again?
All go to a majority black country. When you are the minority, you're always going to be the minority. That is the problem, really. If you look different, great. I'm not blaming you. And I said I was very clear
Have you
from the
lived in
beginning.
Israel, brother Eli?
No.
Oh,
That's very
really?
clear
Okay.
from the beginning. The problems that black in general face, the colored people in general face, the problems certainly started because of racism. There's no question about that. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying now, at this point, it's not purely racism. It's become a snowball that keeps rolling, and it's very
That
hard
we
to
can
stop.
agree with, but what the point the brothers were making is, where did the snowballing start? Besides racism, you pointed to rap music.
No, I
And
said
he was
now. No, I
saying,
said that the rap music hasn't started now. So at this point now, who is the one? For example, saying portraying black people as criminals.
the
yes?
white owners of the rap
It's
companies.
not just the
It
white
is, come on,
owners.
brother. They get paid. They get paid. David Chappelle. Listen, hold on, brother
ignore
Eli.
David Chappelle.
I know I'm shouting you down, but listen to what I'm
you
trying
go
to say.
to any estate and you see
Oh,
any
come on,
wannabe,
brother. Come
any
on, brother
wannabe
Eli.
rapper,
Brother
and he's
Eli,
going to be rapping
why
about
do-
the same stuff as well.
No, hold on. That's what sells records for the record company owners.
But the black kids.
It's not because these
adopt
black
this
people
look.
just want to, denigrate their own people, but they're told, like, look, if you really want a record deal, you got to be able to swear. You got to be able to do it.
My way or no
Now
way
look
at
at
all.
this.
But then
Look
the-
at this.
but then- sorry, but the black youth adopt this look now, and they
They don't have a
emulate them.
choice. We're embedded in that culture. That's why you send your children to private school to keep them away from that madness.
Because you know what's going on.
Because other white children in this country, they buy into the same black rap madness. They buy in because they're exposed to it. But your children will not unless they make an intentional choice, i.e. like really going out of their culture. They have to do that to have a chance to go mad. But our children, there's no other choice for them. If they grew up, say the same time when I was growing up in Africa, or the same time these brothers growing up in Jamaica, that's not the type of music you grow into.
No.
So if I come with money and then buy out all the musicians and tell them to sing like this,
Culture
sing
change.
like that, and I'm the one paying them,
Culture change.
you've changed the culture. That's why European nations don't fight physical gun wars with black
Psychology.
nations. They never point a gun at black nations. European nations never point guns
Can't win
at
away.
black nations.
Can't win.
They point ideologies at us.
Beat
Soft
us that
wars. Soft wars.
Anyway, brother, it's been very nice speaking to you.
Brother Eli,
Quite
it's a
enjoyed it.
pleasure as usual.
Maybe another time, some more.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, yeah? Bless you.
Go and twist up his hair, man. It's going too straight.
Yeah. So anyway, our message, really, like what we have right now. I must speak for all the brothers here. Our message right now is to say to Israel, Israel is in all nations. It's time that Israel came out of all nations into light. into light, to wake up. I want Brother Content to cut this video at this point and start, so he knows what to do.
Content over everything. From your belly. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Well, the point we had last week. We had last week or the week before. We had a week before discussion about who is an Israelite and who is an Edomite. And honestly, I didn't, you know, I thought those issues were well behind people's call it classroom education, you know. But I'm so surprised that some people are still